Just going to put the starter motor back together. I've just kind of spent a good portion of the last 2 days trying to track down a starter motor. I'm pretty sure the solenoid's completely stuffed. Partially my fault being a brute, and it's out of this engine here, the Audi 28 and the Toyota. Pretty sure I hook it onto this one, eh? Was it that one? I think it's that one. Oh, we'll soon find out. Maybe it was that one. Alright, well, that's maybe it's. Am I touching something there? Well, I think what I think is happening now is this is. I think it's permanently up there. That's what I think's happened. Spins good. Yeah, spins real good. Yeah, I think the plunger is permanently pulled back, so I'm not even sure if this will. It doesn't even push the. It spins it because it's permanently back. It's not pushing the starter. The arm isn't moving the starter tooth, actual teeth out, which it should. So, as far as I'm concerned, that solenoid is rooted. So, right, well, while I was on my way to walking over to the shed to get my friend the Gentle Persuader here, I thought, well, hang on a minute, maybe, just maybe, I've done something wrong with the plunger here. The plunger that is meant to go, plunger that's connected to this arm, the throw-out arm for the pinion gear here, which turns that way. So if I was able to grip it, I don't have a. If I was able to grip this should spin. Yeah, there we go. So that's how it should go. It should go brrr and spin out like that, which is engaging the pinion. But if that's not working in the arm here, maybe, just maybe, I've hooked something up wrong. So before I start bashing the crap out of it, what, Papa? See, it's meant to go like that. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. A million oopses. What's the matter, Papa? So I'm just going to grab this. What's the matter, my darling? She whimpers a lot. Is that right? Yeah, I hear you. You sound like a hot dog. I'm just wondering if. See, what I'm thinking is, did I have that in the right place? Like that. I know that's meant to be there with that spring. Let's just try this. Like that. Grab these. Boom. Right. It's not going to be that way. It's got to be this way. It's the only way. It's a square hole, so it's the only way it's going to work. And it's going to be in there like that. So this is stuffed. Alright, I'm going to try and find one online. I've got the right part number, but that's what I'm doing today. Well, I've ordered myself a new solenoid, because that one's stuffed. And apparently it comes with a plunger, and I just asked because some of them are attached to that. I mean, they have a spring in there that attaches them, and some are just like this, which is free. I imagine it's all magnetized, my one, that's how it's meant to be. But because the things, I'm admitting this, I probably actually had a good starter. Like I said when I was working on it yesterday, I was tired at the end of the day, and I pulled it off just randomly, and I didn't even bench test it. I should have done that. And I also, if I bench tested it, I probably would have found out that it's my earthing on my actual engine and mounts on the thing. But however, in saying that, I was losing 1 volt from the battery because I hooked the battery directly up to the starter motor, so I actually bypassed the body mounts, and I was still losing 1 volt, and it was turning over slowly. So this was probably on its way out. However, I just finished it by bashing it down there and putting the plunger up to give it full power. I've just got to learn to be a bit more delicate, I guess. Hammers are great when you're a mechanic, but not so much when you're working on all the electrical stuff. Well, the sun's come out. Well, not really. It's just stopped raining. So I'm just going to try and make a quick video of this new solenoid and see if we can't get this starter motor sorted. So the first thing I'm looking at is compatibility. So that looks fine. Slightly, it's the same length in total, so that's fine. The width looks the same. What you got there, baby? The plug for the dishwasher. Oh, I forgot to put it into half. That's better. So she's been housebound all day because it was raining really heavy before. So what have we got here? So the first thing I'm looking at here, I'm noticing, is the terminal that this is part of it here, plugs into. So it's on a right angle on the original one. And when I was looking at these online, there were plenty that I found like this. So I probably actually could have got this part cheaper, which is a bit of a bummer. But look, at the end of the day, I knew the terminal wasn't going to be an issue in terms of whether it was right angle or not. It was just that I was, well, I guess I'm a little bit pedantic in some ways, and I just wanted to be sure, you know. So I dealt with someone that I've dealt with before. I dealt with a part supplier that I've dealt with before. That was really what I did. So I've got these nuts now. I can, two of these nuts are narrow, and this third one, which was on this, is a little bit wider. I've got spring washers down there. So the first thing I need to do is test this to make sure the plunger pulls in. That spring, if it doesn't work, this one will work. Alright, let's head over to the garage. Well, somehow I managed to get everything over here in one go. Well, that was a good time to go looking for my 1/4" drive set. I could hear tearing, and wee Snow was busy putting a piece of carpet that I pulled out of the Range Rover, just a little piece. She was busy tearing that into a million pieces. Yucky, absolutely disgusting. The state of the inside of that Range Rover. So I rescued that, and then I was wandering around the workshop going, where's my 1/4" drive set? And that's right, I've actually started to tidy up the workshop, and you wouldn't read about it. It ended up in a drawer in my toolbox. Well, here's hoping that this will work. So what we want is we want the gear set to not only spin but to throw out as well. So looking for that to come out so that it will engage with the flywheel and spinning up. I need to that doesn't look very nice. Not going to lie about that. Let me just try and turn it over. Gosh, they got warm. It's warm real quick, eh? That would be straight from the battery to there. And then this one is the ignition. That's horrible. That is bouncing back and forth like it's having an epileptic fit. So and that's really hot. Well, it's not hot, I can touch it, but it's certainly warm. Now when I the other day when I had the old solenoid on, it was spinning really nicely. It wasn't bouncing like that. It just wasn't throwing out. So this time at least it's throwing out, but it's not spinning nice. So that's kind of not really cool. Now this has got a lot of heat in it. It was nice and warm, eh? So, let me think.